Well, hi once again, everybody. On behalf of CueSports International, we'd like to welcome you back to the 22nd U.S. Bar Table Championships 10-ball division. This event is being sponsored by OB, the official cue of the USBTC, along with Kamui, the official tip of the U.S. Bar Table Championships. And we are about to play the hot seat match. So I'm going to ask the guys to lag. So Skyler Woodward and Jeff Ignacio, the only two undefeated players, are about to lag for the right to go to the finals. And while they're lagging, let me bring you up to date on exactly where we stand. There are 6 players left in the event. These 2 winners, and there are 4 players on the one-loss side playing starting right now. And here are those matchups on the outer tables. The South Dakota kid, Shane, is playing Scott the Freezer Frost. And on the other table, it's Eddie Geronimo and Ed Deska. Now, the winner, respectively, of those 2 matches will meet each other in the 4th place match, which we'll have for you here after this. And the losers of those 2 matches will finish 5th, 6th. And their prize money will be $625. For this match here, the winner will proceed directly to the finals and be guaranteed a minimum of 2nd place. And the loser will go to the left side and await an opponent and be guaranteed minimum 3rd. So both of these guys got 1,500 minimum locked up. The winner of this match will have a minimum payday of 2,200 should he get beat in the finals. And Skyler is wasting no time. He's going right after the 110 here, and I don't blame him. It's sitting really well with ball in hand. And I'd be very surprised if this doesn't go in the middle of the cup. And swish, 1-0, just like that. So that's where we stand, and we'll be playing down tonight to where there's only 2 guys left. And that final will go off tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, the 10-ball final. So set your devices for that if you want to be on hand for the lag for the finals tomorrow night. 105 players began. That's actually the exact same amount of players we had last year in the 10-ball division. And again, if you didn't know, Shane is the defending champion. Still alive, but he's had some close calls here. I mean, one match he lost, he really got beat up pretty good by Skyler. And Shane made a few unforced errors too that Skyler took advantage of, but that was Shane's loss to Skyler, 7-4. And since then, he's played a couple of hill matches, but he's come through them as he normally does. Look at this break. How good is this? If you have not seen Jeff Ignacio play, believe me, he is every bit of the quality that we come to expect out of the Philippines. He's from Manila. First trip to the U.S. He played at Derby. Opened a lot of eyes there. A very, very nice young man. Very, very soft-spoken and respectful, as are pretty much all of the Filipinos. But he knows what he's doing on the pool table. There's no question about that. So let's see if Skyler can take a 2-0 lead here following that quick 110. first two on the Woodward side of the chart. And you cannot help but be impressed with Skyler Woodward. We were fortunate enough to get exposed to him a couple of years ago in Tunica. Snapped off the one pocket, I think, over there, or maybe it was the banks. It's all run together on me, but he's more than just a bank pool player, that's for sure. And he's already disposed of Shane, so he fears nobody. He was a runner-up at the Southern Classic Banks, and he won the Derby Bank Pool ring game last year. But nevertheless, he really plays rotation games well, in addition to being a tremendous bank player. But he plays with just an exuding of confidence. You can just see it and feel it, especially if you're his opponent. But it's been nice to see him kind of go up the ladder just one more notch in the past 6 to 12 months, where he is really a force to be reckoned with now when it comes to bar table as well as big table. Uh-oh. Maybe it skidded. I don't know what happened there. I mean, he couldn't have missed the ball that bad. By the expression on his face, it had a skid or turnover or something. I mean, he hit it into the middle diamond, and he's not going to do that. That's a big swing right there. I mean, 3-0 and breaking versus 2-1 and breaking. I'd like to recognize also our associate sponsors that provided all of our terrific equipment. Diamond billiard products, and we are playing on a 7-foot diamond with Pro Cut 4.5-inch pockets. Simonis, again, one of our associate supporting sponsors, and we're playing on 860 Tour Blue. The Magic Ball Rack, which is in use on every table here, of course, as well as Cyclop pool balls. Now, I think going into our 3rd year with Cyclop, and it's turned into being a really great working relationship. Their equipment is as good as we could ever ask for. The players all seem to be very comfortable with the Cyclop balls, and we've even gotten used to some of the different colors now. So it's all good, and we want to thank again all those companies for being part of the CSI family. cue ball there from Jeff's corner. He was glad to see that, because now he's going to get a turn. The call was the 5 in the side. Well, of course, we don't know what would have happened had he jumped over that ball cleanly, but it looks like Skyler's going to have a great opportunity now to get back the game that he kind of let get away from him. I don't really put any of the blame on that last 9 ball there in that last rack on Skyler, because there's no way he's going to hit the ball that bad. Something obviously happened on contact. But this is the best way to have that go out of your memory. Let's just get right back up there within 3 minutes and be able to get through a full rack. Right back in rhythm. As all the top players do, they make their opponent pay for a mistake. Skyler did so. And it's now 3-1. $5,000 added in the men's division, and $1,000 was added into the women's division. Again, that's all from CSI, so on behalf of all the players, thanks and appreciation to CueSports International for that great contribution. As always, we appreciate it. Over the course of the 3 divisions for both men and women, plus the all-around, etc., 22,500 guaranteed added by CSI. Well, he's got to shoot at the 10 one way or the other here, I think. Don't you? It's whether he's playing the combo or the billiard. Shot. Good shot. That was a high degree of difficulty shot. It really was. I don't care if it's on a bar box. It was not routine. But he made it look that way. And that's why these guys are as great as they are, is because they make the difficult look so easy. And I'd like to also once again mention that Kamui is the official tip here of the U.S. Bar Table Championships, along with OB being the official cue of the USBTC. And look at that beautiful new shield we've got as the new logo here at the USBTC. Really well representative of the title of this event. Nice job, guys. Shot at the one, and all the balls are open. He's going to have to navigate his way between the 6 and the 3. And then he's got to just take care that he doesn't come out too far and have the 9 get in his way. And he's just okay enough that that's going to work. Shouldn't have any difficulty here off the 8, even from there, because if he bumps into the 10, it'll stop the cue ball. The 10 will go near the pocket. The 9's right there for the side. He just has to make sure he doesn't come too far again and have the 9 get in the way, and he didn't. And that's just about as good as he needs to be. Well, now that I look at it from that other camera, he may not be full enough into the 10 here. He's going to hit it. He may just have to come across the top of the 10 rather than stop. No, he could hit it flush enough. That's what I initially thought. So you can mark this one up, Bert, as they say in The Hustler. Mark up another game for me, Bert, will you? Maintained his 2-game advantage here, and all he has to do, I hate saying stuff like all he has to do because it makes it sound so easy, but they're making it easy. But what he does have to do is, if he wins on his own break 3 more times, he wins the set and he can't be caught, and he goes to the finals. That's the advantage of having won on the other guy's break. Finally made a ball on the break, 2-ball, and he's sitting good for the 1. Everything's open. He's going to have to do a little something with the 3, but that's the next ball, so he's actually in pretty good shape to go to play a 3-6 combination. But he'll have to make sure he knows what's going to happen with the 3. And now that I look at the table a little more closely, the 4 isn't in the best position either. That 8-ball's taken up a lot of real estate out there, given the position of the 3. Boy, I'll tell you, that 3's going to come forward, and the 10 may prevent it from going in the corner. I think he's got to do something here, even with the cue ball too. He had to give it a little extra to clear the 7, and he's done that very nicely. Now the 4 can be played up table, or he can go behind it and play it in the other corner. just like that. Nicely done by Jeffrey. Keeps the pressure on Skyler, forces him to break and run to maintain his lead of 2 games. Otherwise, Jeffrey will have a chance not only to tie the match, but actually have the advantage because he won the lag. Could probably tell too, watching Jeff run that last rack, that he is the real deal, and he has a great command of the cue ball. Gets a lot out of it with a very smooth touch, soft stroke, but he can load up when he needs to. Skyler satisfied with the rack now. So here we go, number 8, game 8, 4-3. Okay, the 10's going to come up. Two ball, it's hard to see from here whether it can go in the side. He took a quick look at it. This looks like safe all the way here. And again, he took the care to put the 1 maybe near the 10 just in case he got a ball in hand and the ball happened to line up where the 10 could be made easily. From this shot, it almost looks like the 2 can go, but it's still hard to tell from here. And that may dictate what happens. But the first thing that's got to happen is Jeff's got to make contact with the 1 ball. He's looking at the 2-rail path. Long rail between the 4 and the 6. Got it. We don't have to worry about the 2 now on that side of the pocket, but now it's on the other side, and it might be even worse. I still can't tell about the 2 ball. I think he's got to go behind the 10 here, doesn't he? Can he? Is he looking to actually play this ball? don't see how he can. Well, maybe he can go 3 rails. The balls were not frozen. There was maybe a 1/4 inch between them. He made a really nice stroke on that ball to get the cue ball there, and the 2 will go in the side. And as you can see, he's dead nut hooked on it. And that's pretty cruel after that good shot on the 1. Excuse me. This is really hard to kick in this from this angle. This is the chance Jeff hoped he would get, an opportunity to tie the matchup and actually have the advantage again. Short there. Should be okay though. Hey, where are you going? Wow. This is going to play a lot tougher. I'm going to have to put some funny stuff on the cue ball here to help the shot and avoid the side. He's banking it. Oh, we missed it bad. That's a bad miss to miss it by a diamond from there. You got to play that shot to hit it, hit it short so it comes back halfway across. Once it hits the top rail on the going across the first time, you're going to sell out. And that's one that Skyler probably did not expect. And, Jeffrey was so close to being able to tie the match up and be breaking to go ahead. And the cue ball just kept rolling and rolling off the ball before the 10. And it surprised everybody, including Jeff. No shot. that pretty good, man. He should have got a better result than that. All right, Jeff with another chance now. And he'd best take advantage of this one because Skyler's breaking in the next rack. And if Jeff doesn't win this rack, Skyler's breaking on the hill. Pretty good speed there. No, yeah, notice the short bridge. How smooth that was, huh? Beautiful stroke. Looks like he's just fooling around on a Saturday morning, you know, killing time. So once again, the pressure reverts over to Skyler to hold his serve here. It'll be the same as the situation we described earlier, where Jeff will have a chance to actually take the lead if he can somehow get an inning this rack and get all the way through. Bank shots are hangers for this kid, I'll tell you. Just cross it, send it down table. Oh, did that? That's maybe as good. certainly see that this is going down the corner. Excuse me. And pretty lackluster safety play from Jeffrey. On the hill goes young Skyler, and to the rack goes Jeffrey. Now how big is that game where the cue ball rolled up almost on top of the 10 for Jeff and he wound up banking it? Should be a quickie here. Now that the 3 ball found a little gravity there in the corner. Doesn't seem to be much to do here, except pocket the 1. Two rails maybe. Well, maybe he's going straight up. Doesn't matter really. Yeah, 2 was the way to go. 10 in the side. Rack them up. 5 to 6. Skyler with his opportunity now to close out the match. Breaking for the last time. Hoping the balls are being racked for the last time too. But I think it's plain to everybody why these 2 guys are where they are in the tournament and have been the only 2 to not taste defeat yet. I mean, Skyler's had maybe 1 little hiccup or 2 this match at the most, but he's actually been the best player all week. And Jeffrey is right there with him. And that's not to say that someone still alive on the other side can't become the champion. These 2 guys are certainly here because they have played so well. So let's see if the pool gods are going to have an impact on what's going to happen. Well, so far they have. And it sounded really good. I mean, it was a very solid square hit. And the cue ball just went straight into the corner. It never got bumped. 2 balls were made. Does not appear the 9 has any trouble going into the side pocket. So pretty much all the business here is just going to be from the 3 to the 4. A little bit straight on the deuce here. Could draw it back 3-4 feet, play the 3 in the other corner, lower right. Unless he can, yeah, that's what I thought he would do. Is he wide enough to miss the 8 with the cue ball? He doesn't want to move the 8. He may have to play the 8. I don't know what he's going to do here. just muddied up the waters a little bit by being tree-topped on this 8-ball. Especially where he's got to go for the 7. Needs it to hit the point. It didn't. And now he has taken one of the 2 corner pockets away from himself because the 10 ball is going to prevent him from back cutting this, I believe. He's going to have to play it where he's standing. And all this was a result of getting 1 inch short on position on the 3 ball. Oh, I'm so sorry, folks. I really thought he could not cut that ball back there. And that was one outstanding shot anyway. It took him 3 attempts, but he finally tied the match up. And he's finally going to get it to take advantage of the fact that he won the lag. I mean, 15, 20 minutes ago, you would never have thought that this was going to come down to 1 rack. Every time it seemed like Jeff was about to catch him, something would happen and Skyler would maintain the 2 rack lead. And he did up till 6-4. Here we are at Hill. And now Skyler's got to pray for some help from the pool gods. Jeffrey's prayers were answered last rack with that scratch on the break. So 1 rack for the right to go to the finals. It's been a great match, too. Beautiful cue ball, 2 balls down. Skyler is in trouble. He had control the entire match, and that 1 scratch at the most inopportune time may send him left. Okay, the 4 balls next. A lot of traffic to deal with to get a shot at the 4. It goes in both corners. There's a 410 sitting there too. He's looking at that right now. He's got to miss the 9 ball coming over if he wants to play the 410. He's probably got to miss the 9 either way to play the 4 in the corner or go in between the 6 and the 9. Let's see what he does. Skyler in the background, he's shaking his head. He knows he's not going to get up except to shake hands. It's going to take a miracle. About the only chance I think Skyler had of something going wrong because he was a little elevated. That's a championship performance right there by Jeffrey Ignacio, and he deserves to go to the finals. A lot of heart there. Take nothing away from Skyler. He played a solid set. He had one scratch at the worst opportune time. But nevertheless, I wouldn't be surprised to see the two of these guys back again at it in the finals. So anyway, we're about 40 minutes from the fourth place match. Players to be determined because they're still in progress. As soon as we know who they are, we'll let you know. In the meantime, we'll see if we can put something up back on the replay for you here. So we'll see you all in about 40 minutes. Thanks a lot. Stand by.